Welcome to Tech Talk with Craig Peterson, show number 714. Today's show is all about cloud computing. We're going to be talking about some different issues that you might have if you're looking to use the cloud, if your business is looking to use the cloud. It really should be a lot of fun today. We're going to talk about cloud video distribution, how that can save you a lot of money if you're a decent-sized company trying to get your video out to your employees, to your customers, vendors, etc. We're going to talk about migrating over to Office 365 if you are a Microsoft user. It's a lot more work than you might think. Magic Logic's going to be with us talking about hiring cloud services, kind of a pay-as-you-go model. HP about their cloud solutions. We're going to talk with VisualOn about their streaming of video. Business analytics, we're going to talk all about big data, which is something that you might have heard of as kind of a buzzword right now. There's pros, there's cons to it as well. But we're going to talk about what big data means when it comes to business analytics with Cognito. We've got Second Watch joining us, talking about Amazon Web Services. We've got business process management with Appian, photos, music, videos, all with TriPlay, what they're doing in the cloud. Some accounting, business advice from Kaufman Rosen, what they're telling businesses when it comes to cloud services. And Logic Monitor is going to join us, talking about their software as a service-based IT monitoring. So that's who's going to be joining us today. We are, per usual, going to be talking about some articles in the news this week. We're going to talk about this one from the New York Times, where Obama administration may back the FBI's plan to wiretap web users. Talk a little bit about the new approvals here for BlackBerry, Samsung, and Apple when it comes to the Department of Defense. Open source better than the closed source, at least until you hit a certain point. We'll talk a little bit about that. Scheduling your day for peak creative performance. This one's kind of fun. This is a food porn bust that the IRS was involved in. And we'll talk about airline passengers and a new study out about how we are all really great about turning off our devices on those airplanes. Well, okay, maybe we're not so great about that. But anyways, those are our articles for today as we talk a little bit here on Tech Talk with Craig Peterson. Now, coming up, as I said, today's cloud services, but coming up next week, maybe the week after now, we're going to be talking about something I think is really important. This is a whole new way to finance business. I've talked about Kickstarter on the show before. We're going to be joined by a bunch of companies that are involved with Kickstarter, that has some Kickstarter projects and who've made some money. Now, I want to point out a couple that are going to be on the show, but their Kickstarter funding is going to end here in just a couple of weeks, so I want you to know about them right now. Now, first off, let's talk a little bit about what Kickstarter is. It's a website where you can go as just a regular individual, invest some money, if you will, and get something in return. So it's not really an investment. You typically are buying their product before it's made. And it allows companies to be able to get financing very easily instead of having to go out and fight tooth and nail in order to get some financing like you might want to get for manufacturing something or software or other things. It's all really quite nice. So the two I want to bring up right now, there's a company called 100. You'll find them online at 100.co. If you're following me right now on YouTube, you will see the websites. There we go, 100.co. Now, these guys have a very, very cool application here of some simple technology, and they make what they're calling pucks. These are very, very cool. So they're going to be joining us in a couple of weeks. They are on Kickstarter. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, they've only got, as I'm recording this, they got about a week left to go. So you might want to check them out. They are currently at $65,000 that they've raised on Kickstarter. And anybody can do this. Anybody can raise money this way. And their goal that they wanted to get to was $2,500. So congratulations to them. But go to Kickstarter.com and do a search for Pucks, P-U-C-S. This is kind of rechargeable ice is what they're calling it. It allows you to heat up drinks, cool down drinks. It's just a little stainless steel puck. It's really kind of cool. Also, I want you to check out another one. This is called Stash. So we're going to go to Kickstarter's homepage here, and we are going to type in Stash, S-T-A-S-H. Now, these are some waterproof pocket shorts, and he wants to come up with other things as well, and it's really kind of cool. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see him talking. Turn off the volume there as he's talking about his product. So this is the founder. He's trying to raise some money. He's only got about a week and a half left as this airs, and he has a goal of $135,000. And it's kind of interesting because at this point he's only raised $11,000. So I don't know if he'll meet his goal. In which case, if you are trying to, if you will, invest in companies, pick the winners, if he doesn't reach his goal, none of the money is distributed. You don't pay a dime. So that's pretty cool. And this is neat. Again, it's Stash, and they have a technology that they're building into a number of different products, and initially some shorts. So you can put your wallet, your money, your smartphone, etc., into a pocket on the pants, and that pocket now is protected from water. So if you like to hike, and the founder here of the company is from Alaska originally, and he's living in Utah now because he really does like Utah because it's warmer than Alaska. Well, I don't know why, but he does like it there. And he's an outdoors guy. So if you're an outdoors guy, you can go and invest some money. Now, this is kind of cool because if you click on Back This Project on the Kickstarter site, you'll see what they call rewards. So you can do a few different things here. If you invest $69, you can go ahead and get a pair of the shorts, khaki color, with their patented waterproof Stash incorporated pocket. Now, again, if he doesn't raise enough money, if he doesn't meet his target, and remember his target was back on the home page here, which is $135,000, then you don't pay a dime. So it's nothing really at risk here. And $70 for a pair of pants, like this, these Stash shorts, isn't a bad deal either. They got the khaki colors. They got a whole bunch of different ones. Now, for $150, you can get 2 pair. For $2.25, you can get 3 pair of the shorts. And that's how it's being funded. Isn't that cool? So this is a new way of funding. This type of funding we're going to see more of as time goes on. And the SEC, we talked about this a little bit before, the Securities and Exchange Commission was supposed to, by last summer, I think it was, come up with rules on micro investments. They haven't done it yet. So we're still waiting. We'll see if they ever come out with it. So the way Kickstarter does it is really kind of cool. And we'll see how that works out for everybody. So let's get into some of the articles here in the news this week. Now, how do I come up with them? People ask me this all the time. It's simple. If you go online, let me just pull up the site right now for those people who are watching on YouTube. Go to craigradio.com, craigradio.com, and right there at the top, you'll see a Facebook logo, a LinkedIn logo, a Twitter logo, and a YouTube logo, as well as some current tweets here that people have posted about me and on my site. You can also like it right there. You just hit the like button on the craigradio.com page, and you can follow me on Twitter. And right now I have 605 people following me on, not Twitter, Facebook is what I should say. So that's pretty good, but I really want to see this up higher, up to about 1,000. So that's pretty cool. So those two sites I want you to check out, 100, ONEHUNDRED.co. Doing some interesting things there for Kickstarter. I also want you to check out the waterproof pocket shorts from Stash on Kickstarter as well. And Sprizzy is also going to join us. Should pull them up here. Again, if you go to Kickstarter.com and you can just type in the projects, you can search for all kinds of information depending on what you're interested in. But we'll look for Sprizzy here. Here it is, the Sprizzy drink machine. And yeah, they're going to be closed too by the time they air. However, they've already more than doubled the amount of money that they wanted to raise. So check them out. Check these guys all out online. And let's see, here we go. First one article today is from the New York Times. And if you want to see the video, again, craigradio.com, you're going to click on YouTube and you can watch the video of me recording this show here today. First one is the Obama administration may back the FBI to wiretap users. It's a very interesting article because it's saying that the FBI came up with this proposal saying, hey, listen, the laws that are in place just aren't good enough. We can't really monitor people who are communicating on the internet, and wiretap laws just aren't enough, and we don't have the right kind of authority. Now, if you get about halfway through the article, I want to read this little paragraph to you. Under the proposals, officials say for a company to be eligible for the strictest deadlines and fines, which start at $25,000 a day, it must first have been put on notice that it needed surveillance capabilities, triggering a 30-day period to consult with the government on any technical problems. So, if you are a startup, you are online. If you're a small company, even if you've been in business like I have now for 22 years online, they knock on your door. They say, hey, listen, we need to be able to wiretap this person, and you can't. Then $25,000 a day fines. Well, no, they're going to be reasonable here. They're going to give you a 30-day period to consult with them about, hey, well, we got this technical problem, that technical problem, et cetera, et cetera. And they're just going to be reasonable. You don't have to worry about it at all. So just rest easy knowing that the FBI is going to be able to monitor all of your communications online. And if you have a business that has information online, the $25,000 a day fine, it's unlikely to apply to you at all. It's just going to be against the big guys, just against the rich. So don't worry about FBI Director Robert Mueller, okay? Don't worry about him. BlackBerry, by the way, Samsung, you guys clicked on this article quite a bit. BlackBerry and Samsung got the Pentagon's nod of approval for their devices to be used. Now, an interesting approval process takes 18 months. These phones have to be under constant attack in order to be approved. Well, just this week, Apple won the same approval. They won this DoD approval here, where now I forget what it is. I don't think it's FISA. I can't remember what type of approval it is, but it has to go through the Department of Defense, and Apple is now approved to be used in the defense networks. Now, we're talking about mobile devices here. We're talking about mobile operating systems, and in Apple's case, of course, that's iOS 6. So they allow you to lock the devices down. And we do a lot of mobile device management for companies where we will manage their devices remotely, keep track of them, wipe them, do all the security stuff, keep the business information separate from personal information. So this is a really good news for us over at Mainstream, because mainstream.net, we do mobile device management, and with having this type of approval, I think a lot of businesses are going to feel a lot better about having the information on mobile devices. Because remember, you got customer lists on there, in your contacts, you got all kinds of other information. You don't want that to get into the bad guys' hands. This is open source versus closed source. You know, for the last 30 years, there have been discussions about it. Of course, it wasn't always called open source, but we have it today. Well, this is a study that was started back in 2006. The Department of Homeland Security worked with Coverity to look at source code to try and figure out what vulnerabilities there are, where the major defects in the software are. And much of this was an automated process that took place, by the way. But the bottom line, after looking at 118 the active open source projects and 250 proprietary projects. Now, proprietary would be things like Microsoft Word, for instance. Those are the types of proprietary software packages they looked at. They found that open source had far fewer problems up until you get to about 1 million lines of code. After that, then the proprietary software was better when it came to the flaws. Another article you guys loved, and by the way, all of these you'll find at craigpeterson.com. I post little summaries and links to the full articles at craigpeterson.com. This one's how to schedule your day for peak creative performance. I love it. I love what she has done here. She's given you some good examples, some good reasons about setting priorities, mapping it out, and making sure that you have time every day for work, play, fitness, and what she calls push, which is learning and increasing your capabilities. And when she does all of that sort of stuff. Instagram food porn here led the IRS to find some identity thieves. These people posted a picture online at a very popular site. And once it had been posted online, they also mentioned that they had been stealing identities. So these two people, and pictures of them are up on my screen right now. You'll see this in the YouTube video. These two people, Nathaniel and Tijuana? And the IRS was kind of keeping an eye out. They found the photo. They were able to tie these people together to the identity theft because of the photo and the location that's tagged on most of these photos that we upload to Flickr and other sites that are out there. So be very, very careful. All right, stick around. We're not going to have time to go to our last article, and we are going to be talking about cloud computing, what it means to you, me, our businesses, and much more right here on Tech Talk with Craig Peterson. Stick around. We'll be right back.